Discussion.
Mr. Chairman, this is, as you stated in the introduction, this is a simple formula change where if we're talking about doing mitigation and leaning towards doing mitigation by changing, by adding new wetlands, so making sure that the ratio is higher. I believe that natural wetlands are much better than those that are created by man. And having talked to our natural resources groups, our natural resources advocacy groups, they tend to agree. So at the very least, if we're going to eliminate natural wetlands, we should do it in a way where we are creating more wetlands. 1.5, so it changes the ratio for 1 acre of wetland, natural wetland that is taken, the mitigation would be 1.5 instead of 1.2. I think as much as man may try and create something that was made by Mother Nature, it's a little tough. So I think we should have a little upper to make sure that we're doing our best. If we can't do it as far as making it as natural as possible, let's make sure we're making more wetlands. So it changes 1.2 to 1.5.
Okay. The way we arrived at the current draft of the 1.2 is the fact that this, for one, it's consistent with the feds, with the Army Corps, 1.2 acres, 1.2 to 1 ratio. This also, you have to remember, the 1.2, now the 1.5 previously, that was voluntary. It was strictly voluntary. The 1.2 is a word I don't usually like to use, but it is a mandate. It means that you have to, at a minimum now, 1.2, not 1.1, not 1.0, so it becomes a mandate. The other thing is that I think that we all have to be aware of is the fact that the DNR can require more than the 1.2 acre ratio. They can add conditions. It would make you have to increase that amount. But this is the minimal. This is the starting point, if you will. This is mandated and is required, no longer voluntary. And that's how we came about with the 1.2 number. That's how the language was written into the bill. And for that reason, I will be voting no on the amendment. Senator Holperin.
Well, Mr. Chairman, given the current secretary and leadership of the DNR and the word minimum in here, when would the word minimum ever be invoked to require more than 1.2 acres? I don't understand any circumstances under which that would happen. Will there be a rule? Will the DNR promulgate a rule to establish circumstances under which it might be more, or should or will be more than 1.5? I mean, I just can't imagine any circumstances under which, under current leadership of the department, with the purpose of the department is to approve these permits quicker and to allow building in wetland areas with mitigation, that they would ever choose something higher. I mean, why?
Well, let's also remember, too, that the last report that I had seen of the mitigations that had been performed in the state, I don't think any of them actually came under, I don't think there's anything that was even less than 1.5 in the entire state. Everything came out more, far more, but in the rulemaking and in the process, there will be opportunities for the department to review and to recommend that it exceed that 1.2 number. Again, remember, the difference here too is that currently the program is voluntary. This is a requirement. So it's a mandate. Any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I would just like to make just one note here that when they did the Bass Pro in Green Bay, it was 1.5 that they had agreed to, which was more than what was the minimum. So they do that. So I know I have.
All right. Thank you, Senator.
Did that Bass Pro Shop ever get built?
No, it didn't.
Okay. All right, any further discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Senator Kedzie?
No.
Bolton? No. Weingart?
No.
Galloway?
No.
Wirtz?
Aye.
Holperin?
Aye.
Larson?
Right.